Good morning, Representative Paul and Mr. Lamb. It's a pleasure to be able to speak to you guys this morning.
Thank you.
I'm a fellow Houstonian myself. I say Houston, but it's really a small town outside of Houston called McNair near Baytown. I don't know if you heard of that place.
Right.
Yeah. First of all, I believe that China is a bigger threat to the world than Iraq was, but I don't see America beating the drum beats to get into China. And I have two questions for you this morning. Why is it that we are so strongly supporting Israel when Israel has spied on this country and they're selling weapons of mass destruction around the world? And my second question for you is, Dr. Paul, if you can handle this for me, is that why I read recently where Margaret Thatcher's son was trying to overthrow the government of Guinea-Bissau. And I was wondering, Equatorial Guinea, I'm sorry. And I was wondering, why are Europeans always going into people of color's countries and overthrowing governments and undermining the people?
Thanks, caller.
Well, I don't know anything about what Thatcher was doing, so I don't think I can comment on that, but that's been a problem of several hundreds of years of Europeans going into other countries. As far as China's concerned, I would agree they are probably a greater threat. And one analogy I use with China is, what if China gets a little bit stronger and they are the powerhouse and they put their navy in the Gulf of Mexico and put bases in Mexico? I mean, we would be pretty annoyed, but that's the equivalency of us being in the Persian Gulf and why there's so much resentment. As far as Israel go, that is a source. I mean, if you believe that the Al-Qaeda tells the truth, and there's no reason, I mean, they're ruthless and evil and monstrous, but I don't think they're telling lies about when they explain why they want to come after us. And they do use the support for Israel over the Palestinians as one of the excuses. And you know, my position is rather simple. It's not anti-Israel. My position is neutrality. My position is to not get involved in these fights. And I think we would be better off as Americans. It certainly would be a lot cheaper for us. I mean, we're spending way too much money. We're going broke with this policy, and I think it just gets us into trouble.
Dr. Paul, quickly on the screen, we're going to put some numbers, and I wonder if you know if these are accurate or not. It says in fiscal year 2000, military aid to Israel was $3.1 billion, and then in fiscal year 2005, the proposed number is down to $2.2 billion. Economic aid goes from $949 million down to $360 million. Is it really going down that fast?
That I don't know, and you won't know until it's all over. And even if those numbers go down, sometimes we know that funds are fungible, and that you decrease some economic aid, and then there's military aid. Just think how they shift funds around in the military budget, and weapons can be shifted and sold and shifted around. So I would have a little trouble accepting the fact that soon you will see a decrease in aid to Israel. I don't think that's likely to happen. What's more likely to happen, there's a lot more hostility directed toward Egypt, and I'm all for cutting the money to Egypt. They have gotten more money than any other Muslim country ever, and 15% of the Egyptian people support us. So my point in the hearings was, it's not a very good investment. So I think the odds of really cutting any of those programs aren't very good. Matter of fact, with this Millennium Challenge account, we're actually expanding foreign aid. We're not decreasing it.